folks, welcome along to the Darts on Ireland podcast. Finally, after a year of me talking about getting this up and running, I have it going. And I have my first guinea pig here, who better than Sean McKeon, a reigning WDF Europe Cup champion with the Irish boys team, and was also the the All Intercounties youth champion last year. Has now moved up into the senior ranks. And I have to give a big shout out to Player Fit. They've sponsored the podcast and are giving out some very nice shirts, a very snazzy shirt they've given me here, and for the guests also. So a big shout out to them. You can check them out on playerfit.com to do a full range of sports goods and some cracking dart shirts there as well. So check them out. And then we'll get on with it. Talking now, Sean, the Europe Cup is on now at the moment, and the Ireland's youth team that you were involved in last year is playing. Are you a bit raging that you're not there? Would you like to be involved?
I really wanted to go over this year, but obviously, with all the events I have going on, it's obviously way too expensive just to travel over to these things. But I tell you, I've been watching all the games and hurting me so. Sorry, am I allowed to curse?
You can curse as much as you want, yeah. It's whatever you want.
Just haven't stopped supporting them. Just see, because obviously I've been on the team for the last 3 years. Obviously not this year, but last 3 years. So it's been good. So when you're not there, you actually realise how much you miss it when you're actually not there. Do you get me? So yeah, I do miss it. Yeah.
Very good. No worries. Just do a little bit of background to yourself before we get totally into the darts. You're a dub. I know that you're from Drimna. Are you? Did you grow up in Drimna?
No, I'm not originally from Drimna. I'm originally from James Street.
Obviously, are you proud of being a dub and playing for the Dublin team and all that?
Oh yeah, 100% proud to be a dub. Yeah. There's no other county I'd play for. So Dublin, true and true.
What do you think is so special about it?
What's so special about
the Dublin team? Is
I love the way, even when you play for youths or men's, that everyone gets behind each other and just we're so loud. You get me? So that's why people don't like us. But we're probably the most hated county in all of Ireland. But we just give it loads every year without fail. But yeah. It
is interesting because I was at the B Championships this year and Dublin won it, and the most important thing they said about winning it was the banter that they had on the way down, and that they had banter and they were able to slag each other, and they reckon that it was the team spirit that won them the tournament more than anything else.
If you don't have to crack, there's literally no point to being there. If you're being real serious, obviously you have to be serious in the line and all that, but you have to have a bit of crack after you play your game, or because it's no fun then. You're just being serious all the time. It's just not the way to be. Do you get me?
Yeah. And growing up, were you into many sports when you were growing up, or?
No, not really. No, in school I played a bit of badminton, but that was about it.
That's on the rainy days. In their school, you just played badminton on the rainy days.
But it's mad though, because from when I was born till till I was 11, I hadn't a clue what darts was. You get me? Cause my dad played darts, my older brother played darts, but I never acknowledged it. I'd always go with my friends or do something else. But then it got to a stage where my dad asked me did I want to go to the City West one year. And I just says, why not? Just goes, why not? So I went up, and ever since I went up there, just got the bug. And then, people, I think, my granddad used to play darts as well, but obviously he's passed away now. But he was left-handed, and I'm left-handed, and I was born after he died, so that's what I say I get me darts from. So
very good. And how quickly did you realise you were pretty handy at it?
Maybe I was obviously throwing darts in the house, and my dad was looking at me obviously, and my first 3 darts were 3 straight 20s, the first ever 3 darts. I remember obviously, but he said to me, he goes, that throw is just so natural. Anyone who else would throw darts for the first ever time wouldn't have a natural throw. They'd obviously have wouldn't have a clue how to throw darts. But mine was just like that. You get me? So that's just natural. I think I am just natural.
Yeah. And what age were you then? You're talking about 11 or 12?
11 years old. Yeah.
Okay. And when did you start playing competitively then?
My first competition was when I was 12 in the Green Isle. It was Mick O'Brien's tournament, and I think I got out of the group the first ever time I played, and I lost to Keane Barry.
Very good, yeah. And Keane was already making a name for himself.
Yeah, Keane was already making a name for himself at that time, yeah. And then obviously after that, Katie Katie Sheldon and her dad came up to me and they were like, oh yeah, you have to come to this academy and you're really good in what we see from you. And she took me number, and then next week I showed up to the academy, and then just from there I was there. That was the JDC academy, and then I went to the Dublin trials, and then just all blew up from there really, and then.
Yeah, so I mean, I saw in a previous interview with you, we said on the lockdown when we had those horrendous COVID-19 lockdowns, we couldn't leave our house.
Made me so much
That
better.
really made you a much better player. I know 1 or 2 players who actually stopped playing then. I can't understand that, because what else would you be doing? But most people seem to have improved then, and you obviously did.
Yeah. So like before lockdown, I was like 40, 45 average. And then I came out of lockdown and I was, at my first ever tournament, I think it was like 70s for the day, and I was like, wow, this is mad. Because like I'd never probably done a 70 average before lockdown, and then obviously playing that online all the time, but you never count online because I was practicing so much, just brought out something in me. And then just first year I came out, I actually played the INDOs for the first ever time, and I made the Irish team my first ever year down the rankings.
Once you started averaging in around
Yeah,
the 70s and
70s
stuff like
I was
that.
making the team.
And in terms of like to get that consistency, I mean, what's the kind of practice routines? Do you have to constantly change them up, or do you stick to the same routine?
No, literally all I do is just score, like I just 20s. That's why my scoring is normally so good, because I'm literally 20s all the time. I don't have a particular practice routine, but I was actually told by Peter Wright up in the City West one year to start from 41 and work upwards and see how many you can get in half an hour, what you can get up to. And that's what I took on board. I obviously did that a little bit, but then I just got bored of that, so I just start doing, just throwing at 20s and doing that. So that's why I say my scoring is so good today, because of what I did back in lockdown and stuff like that.
And when you say that you made the Ireland team the first year you tried with the youth teams, what age were you then?
So the first time I ever made an Ireland team, so that was actually before lockdown. In 2019 I made the JDC one, but it actually wasn't off playing rankings or things like this. It was, so there's a thing called JDC grading. So you go from 10 to 15s and you have to do Shanghai's and all that. And that's how you'd make the Irish team. So basically I was just doing that. And
that's a brilliant system for practice,
yeah.
though, in fairness.
No,
like,
it is a good system.
Around the board.
I don't think it ever benefited me though. Like the JDC is huge, and they're very good for what they do for the youths, for Ireland and obviously around the world. But I don't think the grading suited me, because it never made me a better player, is what I'd say. Is like, see, playing 5-on-1 is much better, like just playing 5-on-1, like, because we were playing gradings all the time, and then you're qualifying to play for Ireland. I was on the B, so there was 2 teams, I was on the B team. But the first team was mad, like the first year it was Katie, Cian Barry, Killian Heffernan and Sean Cummins that year, I think it was.
Right, yeah. But like, you were in playing with the best young players in Ireland from very start.
Very young age.
And darts is one of those sports where it can just happen very quickly like that, can't it?
It did, like I really came on very quickly. So obviously I made the team in 2019, but I wasn't a good player. Like I just made the team from the grading, so I was having good grading scores, but I actually wasn't a good enough player for 5-on-1. Do you get me? Like I was still 40 averages, like, and then it came lockdown, and then after that I just went and practiced a lot, probably practicing 5 or 6 hours a day, like, and then just got better, like, do you get me?
Yeah. And in terms of them, when you're playing like other tournaments, you've played against Luke Littler and all that. Ages, haven't you?
Yeah, I played him 3 times.
And you've beaten him, have you?
No, I have never beaten him.
Have you never beaten him?
He beat me 4-1 in Killarney 2022, and on the Sunday he beat me 4-1 in Killarney in 2022. Then I played him in the Super 16 JDC event in 2023, I think it was, and he beat me.
That's the year that he burst onto the scene in the World Championship.
He beat me 4-3, and I missed a match there to beat him that year.
Yeah.
And then obviously in December he got to the World Final. And I was like,
PDC World Final. Could you have imagined that he'd do that so quickly, like from when you were watching him play?
When he was a youth, he was always a very good player, so he was never out of the 90s. Like the first time I ever seen him was in 2019 in Gibraltar at the World Cup, and he was so good. Like he was only about 11 or 10, and he was averaging 90s and all, like at 10 years of age, and I was like, wow.
So he is kind of just one of a kind, really.
He is one of a kind, really naturally talented, and obviously, that's just hard work and dedication gets you to where you want to be. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's not just a fluke. Do you get me? Like you have to. There is hard work into it. Like it's not like people even taking up darts nowadays. All the youths, they have to realise that it doesn't just come to you. Like it takes time and practice, and you just have to make it happen and have belief. Always have belief.
Yeah, it is because of Littler story that there's so many youths in the game in Ireland now, doesn't it? It's just growing all the time. And what, in terms of yourself then, like as you say, you've done everything you could do. You've played for the Irish boys youth team. You won the WF World Cup or Euro Cup last year. You won the Inter-Counties youth, so you were the Irish All-Ireland youth champion effectively. And now you've moved up into the senior ranks. I know you're playing now in the PDC Development Tour. You played at Q School and stuff like that. Where do you see your advancement? Do you give yourself a certain amount of time? I know you're like a lot of players, you'd like to get that PDC Tour card, I'd say.
See, eventually. I only did Q School this year for experience, so I wouldn't say I was definitely not expecting a tour card. You get me? Like people, like I wasn't playing well enough to expect myself to get a tour card, so it was more just for experience and stuff like that. But when I went over there, the first 2 days, I was very nervous, very nervous, and like I've never felt this much nerves before. And I've obviously been in this venue before from the development tours and all, but it just felt so different because, like, obviously it's Q School, do you get me? And everyone's here for a reason. So the first 2 days, I didn't play well at all, and then the last day I just went in with the mindset of just do you and just do what you always do. And I ended up missing out by like one leg. I missed 5 match starts to get into the final stage, and then got to the last 16. I beat some very good players along the way. Like I beat Adrian Devine.
You cost Adrian a spot by one leg as well.
By one leg. He needed one leg to go through, and I beat him.
If Adrian hadn't played that game at all,
he would have went.
If he hadn't went through that day or played that day, he would have went through. So that's the.
Sorry, Adrian.
That's the kind of small margins, isn't it? Darts is just ridiculously fine margins all the time, isn't it? And do you feel like, I know somebody had said to me there recently that the closer they think they're getting to being where they want to be, the harder it gets.
Oh yeah.
Like the further away they feel.
The more you try, the worse it gets.
Yeah, but because the quality of players obviously gets higher all the time as well. So, I mean, what do you feel you need to do to maybe just bridge that extra little gap to get there?
I would say, so obviously I have the development tour. I got a bit of advice off some really good players, and they just told me to just keep doing the development tour, and then whenever you're done the development tour, then give Q School a crack and see what it's like. But like the reason why I want to do it is I'd never spend my own money going to Q School because it's way too much money. I could use it on so much more useful things. So if I got sponsored to go to Q School every year, I'd definitely go. 100%.
So is that a shout out there to get some sponsors? But it is a big thing for players to do. Like there's a lot of travelling involved, a lot of commitment, so they do need that kind of sponsorship as well, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's kind of good for businesses as well. I'd imagine if they're seeing you doing well and stuff like that, you know, like, you know, be great for them. Another thing that's come on the scene quite heavily in the last 2 years, and you're playing a lot of them, is the ADC events, the amateur dart circuit.
Yeah.
That seems to have improved a lot of players' games.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like one of my best friends, Alan Richards, since he started to go into the ADCs, like he's always been a good player, but as soon as he started playing the ADCs, it's brought his games on leaps and bounds. Like he's averaging 85 plus most of the time now, do you get me?
Yeah.
Like he's a very good player. And before that, like he'd probably bring out a 75 average or something like that. But it definitely has brought on his game, and I'd say it brought on many more. Just the thing is with me and ADC is they need to give more opportunities to us players, because once every 9 weeks you only get an opportunity to play on Modus, and it only goes to one person, you get me? So there could be 900 or 1,000 people playing this, and only one person gets the shot to go to Modus every 9 weeks.
Yeah, it's tough.
So that's the only thing I'd say. Now obviously they've brought in the Ireland tours, the ADC Ireland tours, and they've brought in like obviously they have their own national finals, and they have the Isle of Ireland finals now, but there's still not opportunities to go to play in Modus, you get me? Like, so they need to bring more in.
Yeah, and then and the PDC as well. I mean, obviously a lot of Irish players go and play like yourself on the development tours, and the Challenge Tours at Q School. It's costing a lot of money. It's travelling, all that kind of stuff. Do you think that they could recognise Ireland more, and maybe bring like something like a Challenge Tour weekend to Ireland?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. They should definitely bring a weekend like to qualify for the Worlds, because they always did had it, and I'd say it was something to do with the pros on the tour complaining about it, because maybe they're just taking away all their exposure. Like, they're going to tournament. You think of it like they work to get on the tour, and they're playing week in week out against all these players, and they're fighting to get these World Championship spots. But obviously, if you have this, like the likes of the Tom Kirby was a thing, I think that's why it got removed. Obviously, lockdown happened, but even after lockdown, they tried to make it happen again, and it never went, because obviously the PDC didn't approve of it. But that's maybe because the Irish players on the tour they just didn't want that to happen, because of how much work they actually put in, all the hard work they put in. So it's probably not even worth to having here. But like, we'd love to have it, but obviously they just don't want to.
Another thing we know that we see with other sports, quite a lot of sports are maybe in the Olympics and that, where players get grants and stuff like that, and there's nothing like that for darts players at all.
No.
Given the success in the last couple of years, like our ladies team are world champions, the boys team are European champions. Robin Byrne is European singles champion.
And they won the Six Nations.
She's in the top 5 in the world of the ladies women's series. I could go on. I could mention Shane McGurk is WDF world champion. These are all players that don't get a single cent, and they're doing all this under the banner of Ireland or under the Irish flag. Do you think there should be some
I think obviously when the ladies won the World Cup, and when Robin won the Europe Cup singles, and Shane won the World Championships, they definitely didn't get the recognition they deserved. Like a world champion is a world champion, do you get me? Even if it's like WDF PDC, it's still a world championship at the end of the day. Like, it's hard work, and it's not easy when these things. And you have to remember, he didn't drop a set until the final.
Yeah.
And that's some going. There's nobody has ever done that, I'd say. Not even Phil Taylor probably done that. Drop a set till
Eric
the final.
Bristow was the only one.
Eric Bristow, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough to do. Like, and even Robin winning the Europeans, like, they all didn't get the recognition they actually deserved. We won the Europe Cups, we didn't get the recognition we deserved either. Like, so we actually don't get recognition at all for what we do in this sport, and that's what really kills Irish darts, is not getting the recognition you deserve. So what I'd say is get your finger out RTE and start interviewing more players. That's what I'd say.
And to the Irish government, would you have a message for them in terms of grants and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, they should definitely
and the
give
Irish sports bodies and that.
Oh yeah, they should definitely give grants out to the likes of the INDO, because the INDO, the amount of money they spend of bringing all these players to the Europe Cups, EU Cups, Six Nations, you don't have to lift a penny out of your pocket to go to these events. You get me? Like, obviously you play in a ranking series, but you don't have to spend money like to go play for Ireland. It's all paid for, and it's the way it should be. But this is what the government or whoever is over giving out the grants, they don't realise is how much work and effort it actually takes to bring these teams going abroad, and they just don't get the recognition they deserve, the INDO either.
Do you think that darts isn't seen as a proper sport? Do you think that's
definitely not in Ireland anyways?
Yeah. And in terms of like playing for Ireland then yourself, I mean, you've also played for the senior team at an Island Nation, so you've done it all really. But how proud are you to be putting on that Ireland shirt and to play for your country? Yeah,
see, when you put on the Ireland shirt, it's just different. Like, it's just a different type of feeling. Like, it's like to putting on like your normal jersey playing there, it's to putting on an Irish jersey and actually representing your country. It's an absolute pleasure to wear the jersey and to just play. I like any chance I got to play for Ireland, gave it me all and just make the most of it, because you may never play there again. Like, obviously I haven't played since the Europe Cup playing for Ireland, but my ambitions is obviously to make the men's team and the Irish team. But it takes time. You don't just move from these things and go straight into the other.
Yeah.
But
it's tough as well. Like, I mean,
it's very tough.
Okay, the Island Nations maybe the top 13, but to make the Europe Cup team, you're talking top 4, World Cup top 4.
Standard,
top 5 maybe. It's very, very hard, because you're talking about there's at least 30-40 players.
Yeah, and you have to be consistent. Places. You have to be consistent, or else you won't win events. Like, if you're not averaging, I'd say you could get away with averaging 85 overall winning an INDO, no less.
Yeah,
maybe and that's probably on a bad INDO. Like there's people that win the INDOs averaging 90 plus. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
Like, so it's not easy. It's really not.
Now, how do you deal with disappointment? Because obviously you've come the last couple of you've been beaten in a modus qualifier final and a semi-final
twice in a row.
And twice in a row. Yeah. How do you deal with those kind of disappointments? It must be shattering.
The first time it broke me because it was my first ever time doing it, and I was so close. I lost 6-5. Ulton played really well. Like, it was a great game.
So Ulton McDwyer beat you for that spot, yeah.
And I was heartbroken. I really was. It took me a few weeks to get over that. Now, like, it was. I went through a bad patch after that, and just came out and just played the best darts of my life. And then the next one, I got all the way to the final, and then Ronan beat me. And obviously it was his first spot as well.
That's Ronan McDonough.
So Ronan, and look where he is now. Like, he's after getting to the final and a semis in the last one. So he's flying now. And the way I look at it is, my time will come eventually, and just never give up and just keep going.
Let's just ask you, because I know I can't bring it back to Luke Littler again, but he was asked recently on a different podcast who was the most famous phone number person he had in his phone book, and he says, I don't have phone numbers. And they were like, what? And they were saying, he was saying, I don't have any phone numbers. Everything's done across social media now. It's just a completely different landscape. But what's social media like? Do you get a lot of stick on social media?
Do I? No, I don't really look at that. Like, if someone wants to say something about me, I just like, alright, Grant, you're alright. Like if you're really interested in someone saying stuff about you, like, there is a lot of hate going around, obviously. But that's just jealousy. They're only jealous. Like, they're only going to slag you because they're jealous of you, do you get me? But if I got any hate comments, I wouldn't even acknowledge them. Like, I'd just laugh at them or something like that. Like, I wouldn't acknowledge it personally.
Yeah, but it must be difficult for some kids. Imagine I couldn't imagine what I would have been like as a young lad with social media around in our day. So I'm kind of glad we missed it when I was much younger. But it must play on some like, have you seen any players that it gets to or anything like that?
Yeah, it definitely got to some people. Like, remember that time when Fallon Sherrick, she was getting a lot of abuse because of the World Championships and all that. She got a lot of abuse, and it did affect her game a lot. Like, she was class. Like, she still is a very good player, and she's coming back into form. But the amount of hate she got was not right. Like, it's not right. Nobody should get hate for what they do. Like, you put hard work in, and all you expect is for someone to say well done, or not hate you, or like say kill yourself, or don't, what are you doing, and like, just be happy for someone. There's no point to being negative or having jealousy for someone, like, because it doesn't get you anywhere. And karma always bites you back in the end, so there's no point in being horrible to anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we won't actually be horrible to anyone, but I will ask you, is there any particular player you don't like playing against?
Don't like playing against? There's definitely a few. Who do I not like playing against? I don't like playing against Katie. I don't know why. Like, I love Katie. Katie's one of my good friends as well. I just don't like playing against her though. But see, maybe because I'm playing with Katie since such a young age, so I've always been playing with Katie and playing against Katie and hanging around with Katie. So maybe that's just why I don't like playing against her. I don't like playing against any of my friends really. Like Robin, I don't like playing against Robin. I don't like playing against Lewis. I don't like playing against like any of my good friends in there. It's Alan. I don't like playing against Alan. Don't like playing against Ado Gallagher. Like anyone who I'm really good friends with, I don't like playing with.
No worries. And if I was to ask you, yeah, you had a 3-dart finish. Had to be 3 darts, so a 3-dart checkout to win the World Championships. WDF or PDC, we'll say. What would be the 3-dart checkout do you think you could win it with?
148.
148. 2 trebles and double 12?
Double
or
14.
double 14, sorry, my maths is that's why I don't win games enough. But, no,
and he's actually playing tonight as well.
No, yeah, well if I'm on that now, I'll
double 12.
I'll hit the double 12 and start celebrating. And finally then, like, what is the big goal then for the next couple of years?
Big goal is obviously I did have a goal when I started, when I made the Irish team, was just to win the Euro Cup because of how the history and how many good players won it. Like, think of who won it. Like, Van Gerwen won it, Vincent van der Voort won it, obviously Bo Graves won it, Luke Littler won it. So it was like, that's the dream. Like, obviously the first year we got to the Europe Cup final in 2022, and we lost to England 9-0. They beat us, and the team was Luke Littler, Charlie Manby, Thomas Banks and Archie Self, which are all making leaps and bounds in the game now.
Yeah.
And obviously then last year we finally won it. But when we won the event, obviously Callum won it for us. Obviously it's always a team effort. There's no I in team. But Callum won it for us. And to win an event like that was just nothing tops it. Like even like the All Ireland doesn't top it. Nothing tops it. Playing for Ireland doesn't even top it. But obviously you're playing for Ireland. But just winning that event just meant so much to me and the lads as well. Like I broke down in tears straight away as soon as they win a double, because obviously I've never failed to pick up a medal when I've played for Ireland. I've always picked up a medal, and just to win the gold was just, to win the gold is just so good. And my biggest ambition would be to obviously get on the tour.
Right.
And that's it, yeah.
There's one more great prize coming your way. You're going to get one of these amazing Darts in Ireland shirts, courtesy of our sponsors, Player Fit. There's one of these shirts for anyone who's on the podcast. Sean will get one. They're very snazzy, I have to say. We'll leave it there, folks. Enjoyed talking to Sean anyway.
Thanks very much.
And we'll have more further episodes hopefully along the way.
Thanks very much, Keith.